Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, you're welcome. My name is Anita Fon, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe. Hit the notification bell to get notified each and every time I upload a new tutorials on my channel. If you're a member, you're welcome back. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you on how to draft and sew this bra step by step. So if you want to know how I go about it, keep on watching. First thing I did was to go ahead and draw a line, which is my guideline. Then I will take from the under of my bust to the top of my bust, which is 7 inch, and make sure when you're actually taking this measurement, you should not put on a bra with a thick foam. If you do so, it's going to be big on you. So the measurement I have here is 7 inch. Then the next thing I want to do is to go ahead now. We'll take from the side of the bust, as you can see, from the center of the bust to the side of the bust, which is 7 inch. I will mark that 7 inch up. After marking it up, the next thing I will do now is to go ahead. I will just measure the center of that 7 inch, which is 3.5, and mark that up. Now the next thing I will do is to measure it again and mark that up. Now we have 4 square. Next thing we want to do now is to go ahead. We want to come here like that. We'll go out by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. After doing so, want to go ahead now, take the French curve, connect it up like so. You see what I just did here? You do the same thing here. After doing so, the next thing I want to do now is to come here like this, go up by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, connect it up like so. After doing so, the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to come here and measure whatever I have there and divide that by 2. So mark it up. After marking it up, the next thing I want to do is to come here. I'll go out by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. I'll do the same thing here. Mark that up and go out by 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. After doing so, the next thing I want to do now to go ahead, connect it up like so. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, just like that. Now, what I'm going to do is I want to come to the side that goes towards the armpit, like the side that goes towards the armhole. Then I'm going to go out by 1/2 inch, connect it up like so. Then connect it up all the way to that other 1/2 inch right there. I'm going to do the same thing right here. Once I'm done doing so, and I realized that this was a kind of wide up here, so I'm going to reduce it a little bit. Then I'm going to go in by, that's a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to do the same thing here, 1/4 inch. So this way is going to fit on my straps perfectly. Okay, connect it up and do the same thing here like so. You see what I just did here? You're going to repeat the same thing right there and here. After doing so, now we'll go ahead now just to mark the center and the side, level it up. After doing so, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and cut up the pattern. Just follow up the way I'm cutting it. This is what we have. I have the front and I have the back. Therefore, I have the side and I have the center front. Okay. Now I'll go ahead. I cut it up and I added some 1/2 inch. As you can see, I added 1/2 inch there. Then I cut up my straps as well of 1 inch by the straps of my bra. Okay. Then I added an interface into my piece so it will have some stability. I'm just going to be picking it up. That's 1 and 2. Pin them up together. I'll do the same thing here. Pick it up and pin it up together. Repeat the same thing with my lining piece. Now I'll just take my straps, I'm going to fold it up like that, and I will stitch all the way to the other side. I'll stitch 1/2 inch away. When you're done stitching your cup, make sure you go ahead to press that up. After stitching my cup, I went ahead to press that up. Okay, look at what it's looking like, and it's very, very beautiful already. So you can see the way the cup really came out nice. Then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my straps, okay, with my loop turner. You can get this on Amazon. It's very, very helpful. So I went ahead now and turned my straps. I'm just going to cut elastic. That's my elastic is going to be 2 inch shorter than my bra straps or whatever I have here from the strap. This strap, for example, if your my strap is 30, if my strap is 30 inch, I'll go ahead to cut my elastic at 26 inch, therefore 6 inch shorter than what I have. Okay, make sure you put the elastic to you get to the other end, and when you get to the other end, make sure you hold it up so it will not go inside. Pin it up and do the same thing to the other side. So once I'm done doing so, I'll pick my lining. I'll be placing right side facing each other, and I'm going to pin that up. Once I'm done pinning it up, I'll take it to the machine. I'm going to stitch. So after stitching it, this is what I have, as you can see. Next thing I will do now is to go ahead. I'll be put my straps inside, okay, in between that hole that we left open at this top part. Then now what I did was to go ahead. I realized that here was kind of a little bit wider because my straps is quite very small. I'll pin it up. This is what I'm going to do. I will have to pin it up, making sure my strap is at the center of my stitches. You know that line that we stitch the two cups together, we join the two cups together, right? We'll go ahead now to place that strap on the center. I'm going to stitch like this, stitch closer to my bra. That way I will have that sharp edge at this top part. Now you're going to see what I'm talking about. Go ahead to trim up the excess first of all. After trimming out the excess, what we're going to do, we're going to pull this out. Then here you see that we have that sharp edge. As you can see, everything just fit the straps and the top part. Now we're done stitching the both cups. This is my band, okay, this is my band, sorry. The band, I just measure half of my under bust and cut that up and mark the center. Then I make sure I place, number 1 facing the center, number 2 facing the sides. Just checking it up and make sure you leave about ½ inch away from both cup. Okay, from that center you're going to measure, therefore you're going to measure a ¼ inch from the center. Then you start pinning your cup from there. I do the same thing here, measure ¼ inch. This way you're going to have ½ inch at the center here. Okay, Then now I'll just go ahead now and stitch that up. Make sure whatever you have here should be the same thing that you have here. Now this other piece, what I'm going to do is just to fold it up like that, and I'm going to stitch all the way to the other side. This is the other back piece.
Now, what I'm going to do is
then when we are done stitching the front of
and
the,
I'll just kind of top stitch right
that's
there.
the band, the first part, you just flip it over and top stitch on top. Then now this is the other part. I went ahead to press it flat. Remember, you're going to repeat the same thing that I did mention on my brass straps. For example, if this band that I have here is 30, you cut your elastic at 26, okay? So what I have there is 22, and my elastic is half of my underbust minus 2 inch. All right, I'm just going to put it inside like this, pin it up with the safety pin, put it inside to get to the other end, making sure I take my time. Sorry, I was a bit far from the camera. When I get to the other end, you're going to pick it up like that. This is what we're going to be doing. As you can see, open this up like this. Make sure you're holding the elastic so it will not go inside. Want to put everything in between like that, and we pin that up together like this. Look at what I'm really doing there. Therefore, you're going to put everything inside. Sorry, I'm a bit far away from the camera, but just put it inside like that, in between it. Make sure your elastic too is there, and you pin that up, and we will take it to the machine and just stitch that up. You stitch it like this to hold the elastic together, and make sure you use a zigzag stitch. After doing so, I'll just go ahead and run 2 stitch on the back band, okay, of the elastic. And now this is what it's looking like, as you can see. Then I'm just going to go ahead and pin up my straps at the back like that, and I'm going to do the same thing here. Then I'm repeat the same thing to the other side as well. Then when we are done doing so, we'll take it to the machine and stitch. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. If you find it helpful, give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you on my next tutorial. Bye.